Hey everyone, Andy with Twisted Finances, and today we will be talking about compound interest. Compound interest is incredibly important in the finance world. It can make you super rich, or it can keep you very poor. So if you're trying to accumulate wealth and be rich, it is very important to understand compound interest so you can use it to your advantage. So the best way to describe what compound interest is probably through an example. And this is a pretty fun example, and this would actually open my eyes up to finance when I took my first finance course. So let's say you have an uncle that wants to pay you to do yard work every single day for an entire month, and he gives you two options of payments. He's either going to pay you $1 million up front for 30 days of work, or he's going to pay you, starting on the first day, 1 penny, and then every single day he's going to double what he pays you. So 1 penny on the first day, 2 on the second, 4 on the third, 8 on the fourth, so on. So in this scenario, somebody that doesn't really understand what compound interest is and how it works would choose the $1 million up front and like, heck yeah, I got a lot of money, right? But if you actually chose a second option where he doubles your pay every single day, you'll end up with over $5 million. I know, it's insane, but you can do the math if you don't believe me. Now, like most people, I don't have an uncle either that is willing to fork over multi-millions of dollars to do some yard work, unfortunately. So how can we make a lot of money using compound interest that is actually applicable to the masses? So the best example I can give for that is a very popular method that people use in the investing world called reinvesting your dividends. So let's say you bought $1,000 worth of a stock that paid a 5% quarterly dividend, and you put $100 a month into the stock every single month for 30 years until you retire. By the time you retire, when 30 years is over, the entire amount that you contributed into this account would be worth $37,000, and the value of your portfolio would be over $87,000. And this is simply just from the 5% dividend. This is not calculating any capital gains or inflation. So your portfolio earned over $50,000 just owning this stock and getting paid dividends and reinvesting those dividends and getting paid more dividends on top of the dividends that you were already paid. That's the secret to compound interest, is money paid to you on money that was already paid to you. Now, it sounds confusing, but it's absolutely beautiful. So I know you're getting punted about this whole compound interest thing, right? But as most things are in finance, it is a zero-sum game. There is always a winner and there is always a loser. And where compound interest can really kick your ass is through debt. And this is any kind of debt: mortgage debt, credit card debt, student loan debt, consumer debt. Now, I am not the type of financial consultant or advisor or whatever to tell you to never take on debt. Sometimes debt is necessary, and if you use debt correctly, you can actually leverage yourself to achieve way more income than you could without. But that's a conversation for another day. Since credit card debt is an absolute killer to personal finances, that's what we're going to talk about. Most credit cards come with an interest rate of around 20%, but since your credit card is actually accruing interest on a daily, the effective rate typically turns out to be around 22%. To help put things in perspective, we're going to add some numbers to it. Let's say you have $500 in credit card debt and you lose your job, or maybe nobody really taught you about the importance of credit and responsible use, so you kind of just set it aside and you never pay it, and it accrues over a year. Not only do we have to worry about the interest accruing over that year, but credit cards also come with some hefty late fees. So for this example, let's just say our credit card company charges us a $35 late fee. Adding up all of the interest and the late fees, after a year of a $500 unpaid balance, your balance is now $1,000, doubling in just a year, digging a even bigger hole for you to get out of. Don't fall victim to credit card and consumer debt. Pay it when it's due, and do not get yourself in a hole. Trust me, I've been in a very deep hole in terms of credit when I was younger. I've learned my lesson. I learned it hard, and I'm still recovering from it till this day. So learn how to use credit responsibly, and do not carry balances over and be charged late fees and interest. It is just theft. You are literally stealing money from yourself because you are not paying off your credit card debt. That's pretty much the ins and outs of compound interest. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learned something that you didn't know. If so, please smack that like button right on the ass, and feel free to subscribe if you want some more finance content. Never forget, the best time to start investing was yesterday. So go ahead and get in the description. There's some links to some free stocks and some free crypto. You can go ahead and get a head start on your investing journey. Other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.